Right. Well, it's been a minute. Oh, I was going to say 9. Okay, well, seeing as we're 2 weeks, 3 weeks into 2023 now, and absolutely none of you have asked, I figured there must be something wrong with you all. And so as not to further compound the suffering of whatever affliction is clearly burdening you all, I have taken it upon myself to volunteer a list of the greatest movies of 2022. But before I get into that, like, comment, subscribe. I'll give you a moment. We're going to be doing a lot more of these. When I say we, I mean me. But when I say we, I mean that. You done it? Well done. Now, on with the show. First of all, I would like to assure you that this is not just any old list. No, this is the correct list. The correct list of the best movies of 2022. There, I said it. I'm right. Now, you might find this list helpful. You might find this list late. You might find this list completely redundant. Maybe you are one of those people that are correct too. Therefore, whatever I say, you're already thinking, which means that this is pretty much a futile exercise in, well, arrogance. But everybody likes a sing-along movie, so we'll pretend it's one of these. So if you are one of the correctons, is that a word? Correctons. If you are one of the correctons, then say after me. Number 10, Bullet Train.
Oh, lemon.
Tangerine.
You're bleeding, mate.
Who the fuck did I kill?
Get a wet one on it or something.
No, I don't bleed.
Oh, in that case, just leave your jacket open, let everyone have a good old look.
Yeah, I want everyone to see my tie.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You stab me?
We'll ruin your life the way you ruin mine.
Dude, I don't even know you!
You know it is. I mean, it can't be any higher than 10 because, it's as daft as a Dickens dictionary and about as focused on narrative structure and cohesive framing as a pissed John Woo. But is it fun? Fuck yeah! I mean, it's as fun as fucking anything you would have seen last year. And that includes a lettuce outlasting a Prime Minister. Therefore, it can't really be any lower than 10 either. Logic prevails. It's 10.
Sit back, relax a little bit, not so tense.
Number 9. Red Rocket. Now, this quirky little indie gem really did land every single one of its black comic moments full pelt in the belly bone. Led by an unstoppably pitch-perfect performance by Sean Baker, this film was so outlandishly left of centre and so close to being utterly politically incorrect that you might have been forgiven for thinking it was Australian.
Shit, you're Mikey. Yeah, man, it's me, man. It's me, Lonnie.
I know you?
Well, I mean, kinda. I mean, I live here, obviously, and no, Lexi, man. Lexi used to babysit me all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my parents came home one night. Y'all were humping in their bedroom. You jumped out the window, naked. They called the cops on you and everything.
Yep, now I remember. Oh, shit, your mother hates me.
Well, I mean, she hated you, man. Yeah, she died.
Oh.
Hilarious, rude, life-dismantling, amoral, peculiar, and totally warm-hearted. This little nugget of brilliance deserves to be seen by absolutely every single one of you. It also marked the first and only performance of Brenda Dice, who sadly passed away shortly after completing filming. And damn, a casting agent should have found her a lot sooner. Spectacular. Number 8. Wildmen. Another totally outlandish wacky yarn is served up here for all your unconventional cinematic needs. This time plated up by Danish director Thomas Daniskoff and starring Rasmus Bjerg, Denmark's answer to Mark Addy. In a good way.
Vi laver en byttehandel. Jeg får min vare, jeg får 3 pakker smøger, så får du en økse. Martin?
Mus.
Er det her din første store vandretur?
Nå, ja.
jeg tror.
Har I fundet ham?
Ikke andre. Hej.
Han skulle på noget teambuilding med sit arbejde.
Har du boet her i lang tid, eller? Jeg har boet her i et års tid, eller sådan noget. Nej, jeg har boet her i 10 dage. Nå, okay.
You know, it's a familiar tale of midlife crisis meets buddy banter meets Viking romance, with a side portion of a lost rabbit. I know, you're probably thinking, we've seen that all before. It is totally advised by this person here to go into this movie knowing as little about it as you possibly can. In fact, I may have already said too much. Just watch it. You won't regret it. Number 7, Flux Gourmet. Well, wasn't 2022 just, quite frankly, the year of the bizarre? Flux Gourmet is as unrelenting a skewering of pretension within art as the title doesn't really suggest, but more bludgeons you over the head with.
Flatulence.
Yes.
And deep breath.
Am I going to die?
Name me a living thing that isn't.
What is he doing in there?
Featuring a no-star ensemble cast, well, save for perhaps Sex Education's Asa Butterfield. Asa? Is that how you say his name? Asa. Sounds like an online shopping retailer. Asa Butterfield. This movie is deathly odd, with, the deafness turned down to 2 and the oddness turned up to 11. Expertly performed, wonderfully acted and tightly directed, this is a dish of cinematic delicacy. And it features the best pronunciation of the word investigation. Yeah, I know, that's not much of a selling point. Except that it is. Number 6. Triangle of Sadness. Aha! More satire. This time, the victims are the rich and vacuous. And it is so beautiful to watch. I accept there's a great deal of reverse snobbery going on when you can delight in the misery of a shitful of the painfully elite. And no, I don't care. The cruise featured in this movie is the sort of thing that every right-minded person would hope and pray that every single member of the Tory party might embark upon. A wonderfully squirming spiral towards death with no redemption. It's like Dante's Inferno on Earth. Piss, shit, vomit and pain. Come on guys, climb aboard, you vicious little sods.
I have a question. I'm sorry. Yesterday, I was up on deck.
Yes.
And it was so beautiful. Everything was fantastic. But then I saw the sails.
The sails?
The sails, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And they were dirt gray. Do you think it's possible to wash them?
Well, I don't think that's possible, ma'am, because this is a motorized vessel.
Yeah.
So we don't have any sails.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Magnus! Visst var det vita, kritvita segel på de där båten som vi beställde i katalogen? Ja. Yes, he says yes. It was sails.
Magnus says yes.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Well then, in that case, we will clean the sails.
Yes.
Now granted, it does lose its way a little bit in a kind of unwanted and overly cumbersome final third, but like 80% of this movie is so beautifully poetic that you will no doubt forgive it. A star-making turn from Charlie Dean Crick makes her sad passing at the age of 32 even more crushing. Literally just proven herself one to fucking watch. Number 5. Boiling Point. Now let's get this straight. Stephen Graham is a national treasure. He should be on banknotes. He should be erected on the 4th plinth. Erect. He should be adorned in lavish garments, fed grapes from the paws of puppies, and given an unending tab in every pub in the land. And Boiling Point is quite frankly one of the most remarkable feats in British cinema.
All right. Okay, come on. Just need to stay calm, all right? Yeah? Take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath.
What am I going to do?
We'll get through it. All right?
It's my fault, though.
Yeah, okay. We just need to take it one step at a time.
Okay.
All right? Yeah? On top of it. No.
Fuck off, you! Get out!
No, fuck no!
Get out! All right.
No.
Fuck off! Get out of my kitchen, you know! Carly!
What are you doing?
Carly, no.
What are you doing?
Carly, he wanted me to throw you under the bus, Carly.
What are you talking about?
Honest to God, look, he told me to fucking let you take the blame for this. That fucking
I
twat.
can't
No,
take the
Carly,
blame. It's not my gaff. I can't take
I know,
the blame.
it was my fault, and I'm
that
so
makes
sorry.
no sense, Andy.
No.
It makes no fucking sense.
Carly, you don't understand, love. I'm in a shit.
Don't tell me I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm here covering your ass every fucking single day, Andy. I can't fucking take it anymore.
One continuous shot of pressure-filled drama. This is like uncut gems on heat. This is a heart attack in a cinema seat. The direction is bloody perfect. Stephen Graham's performance is that of a god. Like, honestly, if civilization exists in 3,000 years, they would rightfully assume that we worship the ground in which he trod. Ray Panthaki, the consummate performer, puts in his finest performance to date. Jason Fleming once again demonstrates that he is sorely underrated. And Hannah Walters is an utter delight. In fact, the whole friggin' cast pulls out every single stop placed in front of them, and even manages to find a couple of extra booster shots along the way. This is oh so good. Bring on the rumoured series. Number 4, The Northman. Well, I was not expecting to be as blown away as I was by this. Now, obviously, writer-director Robert Writer-director Robert Eggers had already shown his eye for style and flair and cinematic elegance with his first 2 movies, The Witch and The Lighthouse. His fascination with folklore and his expertise in executing his twisted tales had already proven to be as fascinating as the announcement of Guillermo del Toro. If not in actual appearance, then clearly in refreshing approach and clearly defined style. The Northman continued his impressive run, whilst also, in my opinion, eradicating his desire to overly complicate his story with anfractuous narrative twists and turns.
Misdeed haunt your living nights, till a flaming vengeance gorges on your death. Strike. Strike!
The Northman is poetic, powerful and bombastic on an almost biblical scale. As if shot at the gates of hell, this movie is unrelenting in its pounding march of treachery and vengeance. Everyone involved in this is at the top of their game, save for no one. Even a daft Nicole Kidman and an even dafter accent can't ruin it. Number 3. The Banshees of Inisherin. In Bruges, 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, even the somewhat pulpy 7 Psychopaths. Martin McDonagh has proven once again with the Banshees of Inisherin that he is as close as you can get to a living, breathing, bona fide, start to be suspicious that they might actually be a wizard playwriting god. I mean, not even the rightfully applauded Tarantino started with this many home runs. And when you chuck in his brother John, writer-director of Cavalry and the Guard, well, you got to hand it to him. That's a remarkable family. I'll betcha that somebody in the McDonagh clan had a meeting with a stranger at a crossroads somewhere near Mississippi. Or maybe just outside Missouri. Has anyone checked whether Ebbing is really a fictional town?
Now, I'm sitting here next to you, and if you're going back inside, I'm following you inside, and if you're going home, I'm following you there too. Now, if I've done something to you, just tell me what I've done to you. And if I've said something to you, maybe I said something when I was drunk and I've forgotten it, but I don't think I said something when I was drunk and I've forgotten it. But if I did, then tell me what it was, and I'll say sorry for that too, Colin. With all my heart, I'll say sorry. Just stop running away from me like some fool of a moody schoolchild.
But you didn't say anything to me. And you didn't do anything to me.
Well, that's what I was thinking, like.
I just don't like you no more.
You do like me.
I don't.
You liked me yesterday.
Banshees is an absolute sublime piece of work. A both symbolic and literal portrayal of man's conflict with itself. The seemingly strange and incomprehensible reasoning behind the shift from friendship to foeship between our two protagonists is mirrored by the civil war occurring on the mainland. As the story goes on, the message that resonates is that a feud can take on so many twists and turns and be affected by so many factors and outside influences that eventually why it began in the first place is essentially deemed irrelevant. Like a river eroding the banks of its prison, forging a new path across the land. The journey headed often tends not to be the one planned. Or rather, the route taken can often end up being journeyed unconsciously, driven by a current that in itself has no deliberate purpose other than reaching the end. And the fictional island of Inisherin is the perfect setting to act as a microcosm for the entirety of life. It allows us to witness the oft referred to adage that life, in a close-up, can appear a tragedy, but with the utilisation of the foreboding shadow of an almost medieval incarnation of death, by way of an old lady cloaked in black. From afar, it can appear a comedy. This is storytelling at its finest, melding the simplistic with delightful complexity, infecting base instinct with the intricacy of history, and the emotions that both fuel and endure it, battling adversity with humour and taking the darkness of life and shining a spotlight on it. This is existence, suffered and loved with a broken, beating heart. P.S. Colin Farrell might just be a shoo-in for that gold-balled statue. And Barry Keoghan, come on, give it to Bazza. Give it to Bazza. Number 2. Everything Everywhere All at Once. More proof, if more proof be needed, that A24 is shaping up to be the best film production and distribution company in the world like ever. Minari, Lamb, Come On, Come On, Red Rocket, see above, X. Let's not forget Uncut Gems, In Fabric, The Farewell, Ladybird, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, Green Room, and the unstoppably awesome Tusk. Don't agree with me, I don't care. And that's not even including, like, every single other movie they've been involved with, aside from The Bling Ring. Yeah, The Bling Ring was shit.
Is it that I can't be here? Or that I'm not allowed to be here?
Hey, 礼貌点
What you meant to say is you're not allowing me to be here.
Hands behind your back. Come on.
不要 It's like women.
You're gonna make me walk through you?
Yeah, cute. Can't let you do that either.
You with the cat! See, I don't think you understand the meaning of that word.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is one of those movies that you just have to sit there and go, somebody wrote this. This came from somebody's head. Like, from their head onto paper into film. And it worked. This wasn't etched by gods onto the side of a pyramid in a fantastical universe similar to ours and misfired into the ether only to land upon our idiotic little planet via way of a prolapsing wormhole in 3000 BC. Nope, this was written by humans. I mean, really, we can be good sometimes, can't we? Makes you wonder what the heck we're thinking of every single time we give Orlando Bloom a script to attempt to read. And in case you didn't notice, he is still in read mode when he is performing. Anyway, there is no other way of saying this. ERO is a tour de force of strangeness. The bizarrest blockbuster that ever was. It's a fantasy, it's a sci-fi, it's a comedy, it's a coming of age, an action movie, a romantic flick, a family drama, and a martial arts adventure. It really is everything, everywhere, all at once. And it's superb, like utterly superb. It's absurdist cinema at its most palatable. And it's essentialism at its most insane. It's a bloody paradox. And it's bloody bang on. It's also number 2. Number 1. Oh, come on. The whole planet has seen it now, and the whole planet can't be wrong. Can they? It's quite obviously
Maverick.
Maverick.
Maverick. Maverick. Maverick. Maverick. Maverick.
There is nothing more to be said about this movie that you haven't said yourself or read already. It is quite astonishing how flawless a movie experience this is. It has managed through sheer witchcraft or Scientology to find the perfect balance of action, emotion, nostalgia, cheese, music, fist-pumping puffery and bromancing buffoonery. On a narrative level, this movie could have been made 30 years ago, or it could be made 30 years into the future. It would still be pretty much faultless. It has what appears to be a bewildering and utterly timeless, enchanting quality. And let's be real, when this movie was being talked about, and even when it was in production, no one thought that it was going to be anything more than, fun. Tom Cruise is one of a kind, a throwback to a cinema of yesteryear, like the very last student of the Paul Newman School of Acting. Yeah, I don't say that lightly. Love him, hate him, misguidedly judge him, don't really care about him whatsoever. It is basically impossible to argue the fact that there is literally not another actor like him working in Hollywood. And when he eventually runs out of steam in what seems like it might be about 50 years, the void he will leave behind will be almost tangible. So while he is around and being absolutely ridiculous, defying the laws of nature for your benefit, just friggin' enjoy it. You will miss it when it's gone. Without a doubt, Top Gun Maverick is the best movie of 2022. It's top of the heap. It's a number 1. And deserved? Well, I think I'll leave the final word to Warlock.
You're where you belong.
Now before I go, yes, I acknowledge that plenty of other movies that were good came out in 2022. After Sun was A24 being ace again. All Quiet on the Western Front was a supremely excellent World War I adventure. However, it was also a very loose adaptation of its source material, so therefore I prefer the 1930 version. I don't know if I do, actually, but because of that conundrum I haven't yet worked out, it couldn't make the top 10. I mean, come on, it might as well have been called It's Bloody Noisy on the Western Front. Austin Butler did indeed put in a near faultless performance as Elvis, but it was very long. And I get the Tom Hanks thing. I really do. Colonel Tom had a very, very, very odd accent. But this was just very, very odd. X and Pearl added new spice to the horror genre in 2 totally different ways, although being completely connected. Terrifier 2 was just ridiculous and also very long. Funny Pages was a delightful slice of whimsy. Between Two Worlds was a powerful study of economic iniquity, delivered with an admirable level of sensitivity. RRR, Triple R, I haven't seen it, sorry, I missed it. But apparently that's meant to be good. And Compartment Number 6 technically came out in 2021. But regardless of all of that, I ask you, were any of them more fun than Bullet Train? No, they weren't. Therefore, not top 10. My logic is sound. Now don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Laters.
I did that.